All right, let's take a look. We've got January 4th through the 10th. So I got out a handful of different days, handful of different places, kind of go through some of these images and see what I think. Found these to be real relaxing. This one's interesting to me. It's a rafting sea lion, and I thought this angle was just kind of different, kind of cool, and you were able to see, you know, how it's getting its fins up to kind of thermoregulate and take a breath. And there was nice details, so I liked that one. I like this one too. I like this one too. These might be some long ones. I had a bunch of shots I liked this week. Just something about the height here. You can see it's curved, indicative of a gray whale. Just I like the balance of the light. I like how the sheen kind of stops where the subject of the flukes are. 100% absolutely planned. No, it wasn't by any stretch. Gray whale spouting. I like this one. This was humpbacks. We hadn't been seeing too many humpbacks around, but they're starting to kind of float in and out again. So here you see in the background the rostrum with the tubercles, and in the foreground the dorsal fin of another. Same pair. This was a cow-calf, and one of the ways you can see that is just the size difference here between the shield here. I forget what that's called. I'll try to type it in. I'll look it up later. But also the distance to the tubercles from the blowhole. Some early morning stuff in La Jolla. More early morning stuff. This one I liked. I got a kick out of the light details on the illuminated pelican, but also something about the back of this pelican in the foreground. I really enjoyed that detail. I don't want to hear about your yoga until you can do that. Again, it's just an example of playing with the first light and being able to, lock in, natural contrast as the light kind of comes down. Before it's hit the ground, it's hitting things that are up taller. Same concept. Same concept, just left and right with the turn. This one I really liked. This seal with the water spray. I know I say it all the time, probably in every video, but I really do like the capturing that moment, that instant with the water spray. Next one is similar, just kind of that next click. And then this one I liked as well. This one's got a little bit different feel to it. For me, it's hard to sometimes pick, so I end up sending a lot of these to friends and family, and they get put up here. And I might pick one or two to put available for prints. But if you saw something you liked, hey, I see you have this one, but I'd like that one. Let me know. I print in-house. I can do all of that. Some Pacific Whitesides. Real clear day. You're able to see a lot of detail. It's a gray whale spout, kind of that heart-shaped spout. Gray whale flukes. More gray whale flukes. I've had a lot of gray whales identified by Happy Whale this year. It's a good one. Shows some excellent fluke prints. So these are the hydraulics as the whale goes by. More flukes. This is just sort of stuff that gets sent over to Happy Whale. More flukes. A lot of whales this kind of couple days. Here's one with Belmont in the background, and you can see the gray whales, flukes and the definition and kind of the unique coloration and the unique scarring. And like I said, there's Belmont Park, so that's the roller coaster, which turned 100 this year. And then Mission Beach. Same whale in front of the jetties. These ones were really popular. The light just kind of was diffusing in like a real nice, calm sort of matter. I liked this one. Something about this one spoke to me. More gray whale tails. Vertical dolphins. Dolphin. Reddish egret. And then another look at him. I like this one. I like the lighting contrast, the marbling. I really enjoy on the reddish egrets how the beak has, you know, this kind of tricolor thing going on. So always enjoy to shoot those when I see them around. They're in smaller numbers here at the San Diego River, but they're getting to be more common, at least this time of year. This was a whale. This is La Jolla Shores in the background. You can see the whale kind of right here in the spout. Just did a couple laps. I'm assuming it was feeding. I've seen him kind of do that in this protected area a couple times. And yeah, it just kind of did its thing. This turned out to be a real special photo. I won't get into it too much, but I ended up figuring out who this swimmer was and gave him a print. And it was a special day to him. And it meant something for, he had seen the whale next to him. So that was cool. It was nice to be able to do that for someone. Same whale as it went by the point. As it went by the point again, you can see the water change. Same whale exhaling. These were fun. So before the sun fully comes up, the light will bounce off the sky, or sometimes there's clouds up there, and it'll reflect that color back down. So in this case, there was I think there was some high altitude clouds, as well as just that pre-dawn pink coming back down, and a bunch of sea lions kind of just not quite rafting. They weren't really sleeping, but they're not quite swimming. They're just sort of sitting around waiting for the day to start. I think the middle one is my favorite of those. Cormorants nest building before dawn. Same thing, is, you know, really able to get a nice water texture image. Some detail here, but it's all silhouetted against the light. More early sun at the point. I like this one. I thought this one had interesting details as far as, you know, the coloration's slightly different than what you see a lot of times. I'll have to look up and see what it is and why. And more Pacific Whitesides. These have been hanging around a couple miles off the jetty. I like that you can see the eye details. American Widgeons. These guys are pretty funny. And again, I really truly do enjoy freezing splash spray, you know, the minutia, the fast shutter. And this one, this American Widgeon, he's trying to swim down just a little bit deeper. That one caught my eye. And I think that pretty much runs us through this week. So appreciate the watch. And if you want to take a look at the settings, all of these, if you're on my website, down below there's going to be all the settings as far as shutter, aperture, ISO, and then the zoom length. I don't really list how much I crop. Some of them are cropped. But if you're on a web video hosting site, I'll link over to my website. You can jump over and see all that data. So thank you for the watch.